welcome back to TubeTalk.
Welcome back, Douglas. You're still on holiday, even though everyone else has gone back to school.
Yes, I am.
Why is that?
Because our headmaster made us do an extra week, but it's fine.
I've school before. Very good. Very good. Let's hope we get out of the lockdown next week.
Let's hope. It's looking quite promising.
It is looking promising.
Okay, so first of all, the Tavistock Big Voices fillies sold out in the last week.
Yes, she does, and we actually ended up getting a couple of inquiries on her with only one share left, and I think she was really good value, and she's a lovely filly. And we also saw on Saturday, we saw the Tavistock filly run second in the ATC Oaks Toffee Tongue, which just shows how promising and good these good 7-wheel fillies can get. So that was great. She sold out going to Lisa Latter, and it's great that the interest that people have and the love they have for their horses.
Yes, and also there has been interest in the Pero filly.
There has been, going to Trent Buster, Natalie Young. Yes. Another share in her sold this week too, and interesting, after last Saturday, the listed 2-year-old mile, the Celebrations Plate at Randwick was quinelled by 2 Pero horses. The only 2 in the race, and finished first and second, and one of them goes ahead to the Champagne Stakes, the over a mile Group 1 this Saturday as well, Untamed. So he's just a phenomenon, and his stock are flying. And I think we might even see a little picture of the Pero filly walking around at the moment on the screen.
Okay.
So if anyone is interested, shares are selling, but if anyone is interested in being involved, she was a fantastic buy. Get in touch with us. Give me a call.
Just going to go quick. So last week we only had one runner, which was Man of Sin, who finished second at the Gold Coast.
Yeah, well, one runner of note to talk about, Man of Sin. So a really good second. He was actually second at Ipswich, but he's trained at the Gold Coast and he was debuted on the Gold Coast. He stepped up around 1,500 metres, sat fifth. The leader just snuck away on the turn with a short straight, and he just had to come wide behind a tiring second runner, which just took him a while to wind up. And when he did, he really hit the line strongly. So he's had 2 starts for 2 seconds. He looks a really, really promising stayer. He's still learning his game. He's still green, but the further he goes, the better he's going to be. And there's a couple of really nice Group 3 races coming up at the end of May and start of June for 3-year-old stayers, which, if he keeps progressing, will be really good runs for him in Queensland. He's an exciting horse.
Okay. This week, Saturday at Kembla Grange, race 4 is Moombutters. Our only runner this week. Moombutters, so he's in a Class 1 plate, so dropping in class but going up in weight. He's got 59.5 kilos. First up run at Warwick Farm was excellent. His second up run, he just pulled too hard and pulled himself out into the ground. He's just he just needs to just relax a little bit. I'm slightly worried about the draw of 10, because if he doesn't get cover, he might pull. I actually wouldn't mind seeing him roll forward and be quite handy. The better, it looks like it's going to be a good full track, which will suit him. So if he can get into a nice spot and not pull, I think he's a really good top 3 chance. Very good top 3 chance, and be hard to beat. But he's at that stage where it's his first preparation in Australia, and he's just learning. And the next few starts, we just have to keep working on getting him to settle. And once we do, we step him up over more ground, he's going to be a really, really good horse in the city. So looking forward to seeing him on Saturday. Now it's time for Bear of the Week.
We need to up our game on this, Doug, don't we?
Yes, we do. And going not so well for the past few weeks.
No, Young Rascal didn't see out the 2 miles of the Sydney Cup. And Denon Premium was knocked around by the wheat track. But how many bets of the week are we going to do this week?
We've got 2, so we've got options here. The first bet of the week at Randwick Race 4 is Entente, that is it. Yeah,
at $10 in the Frank Packer plate. Now, no quick thinkers in there as a $2 favourite, and won the Derby. But sometimes horses
peak for certain races, and he may have peaked for the Derby, and they're coming back down the other side. Whereas, and he's $2, and I think he's too short because of that reason. I think $2 is too short for him, even though he's may well be the best horse in the field. Entente he won the Tulloch Stakes over 2,000 metres last start. He led on a heavy track, and he hung on to win, not by much. There was another horse finishing in the same race, Bottega, finishing hard against him. But I think getting onto a better track, and I think leading, I think will give him every chance to set the pace and get clear. And it was only his first run at 2,000 metres. And I think once he hit the front and got clear last start, he almost floated around a bit, not quite knowing what to do. So I think $10, and I think he's about $2.60 a place, might be more than that. I think is great value. So he's our value bet of the week at Randwick on Saturday by done deal.
But we've also at Randwick on race 5 is King's Legacy.
Yeah, which is the Champagne Stakes, a mile race for 2-year-olds, Group 1. And King's Legacy is the favourite at $2.60, but his fresh up run was in the Golden Slipper, where he ran okay, but it was to get him prepped, and he won his next start over 1,400 metres very well. And the step up to the mile looks like it'll suit him even more, and it looks like, rather than this being an afterthought, which it has been for quite a few horses, this looks like it has been the target all the way along. And so I think with Hugh Bowman on board, barrier 3, I think $2.60 is really good money, particularly the way he won last start. So King's Legacy is our second bet of the week.
And that concludes that concludes TubeTalk.
It does. Thanks, Doug, and we'll see you all next week. Happy punting.
Bye.
Charge in set, and they're off, and Chautauqua was clearly the slowest out of the gates. Aero Velocity put his head in front from Painophobia. Strathmore, they're not listening to me. Lucky Bubbles, Chautauqua is winding up. Aero Velocity joined by Strathmore. Lucky Bubbles, Chautauqua still coming. Going to the lead, Lucky Bubbles. Chautauqua, here he comes, the Thunder down under. Chautauqua race to the lead. What a champion! Chautauqua beat Lucky Bubbles.